Presented by Listen Headlines. Latest financial news from trusted sources.
Finance and Economics. January 21, 1900 America, New York. America's labor shortages have done little to boost perks for workers. Low-paid workers receive more in benefits than before the pandemic, but the disparity with the highly paid is still vast. Finance and Economics. January 21, 1900 America, New York. Why the bias for debt over equity is hard to dislodge. With the preference for debt deeply rooted in financial markets, wholesale reform is risky. Finance and Economics. January 21, 1900 America, New York. Economists are revising their views on robots and jobs. There is little evidence of a pandemic-induced surge in automation. Finance and Economics. January 21, 1900 America, New York. Just how gummed up are supply chains? A number of measures suggest that disruptions are historically high, and uncertainty lies ahead. Finance and Economics. January 21, 1900 America, New York. Why bank stocks are tumbling even as interest rates climb. Higher rates might crimp investment bank profits.
Wall Street Journal Markets. January 20, 7:18 America, New York. Netflix, United Airlines, KeyCorp, Ford. What to watch when the market opens today. Netflix will be among the first tech giants of the season to report results after the close. Wall Street Journal Markets. January 20, 7 o'clock America, New York. Microsoft shows Meta won't own the verse. While Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg has lately been the loudest evangelist of the metaverse, Microsoft has been embracing its own version for years.
Global Economy. January 20, 7 o'clock America, New York. China needs a new growth model, but that requires serious reform. The government must clearly define its role in the economy and financial markets.
New York Times Business. January 20, 7 o'clock America, New York. Kidneys from a genetically altered pig are implanted in a brain-dead patient. Surgeons at the University of Alabama at Birmingham said they hope to start clinical trials with kidney patients later this year. New York Times Business. January 20, 6:49 America, New York. Australia's brief idea to ease supply chains, juvenile forklift drivers. A proposal, and the rapid retreat that followed, both elicited waggish mockery and highlighted a serious economic problem. A grown-up driving a forklift at a winery near Sydney, Australia.
Daily FX Market News. January 20, 6:25 America, New York. Turkish Central Bank leaves policy unchanged. USD, try Pares initial dip. Turkish lira briefly benefits from Turkish Central Bank maintaining monetary policy.
Wall Street Journal Markets. January 20, 6:18 America, New York. Chinese stocks rally in Hong Kong after Beijing cuts key rates. Chinese stocks listed in Hong Kong jumped, with rate cuts by China's central bank sparking a strong rally in the shares of companies from property developers to the country's internet giants. Wall Street Journal Markets. January 20, 6:04 America, New York. Singapore kicks off new era of SPACs in Asia with string of listings. 3 Temasek-linked deals seek to raise a total of $370 million.
Global Economy. January 20, 6 o'clock America, New York. How to keep your inheritance tax bill down. Embrace diversity, stop being a NIMBY and contribute to a new social and economic bargain. Global Economy. January 20, 5:45 America, New York. It's still wrong to panic on inflation. Latest U.S. data releases continue to show pandemic disruption, not excessive demand.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. January 20, 5:33 America, New York. What the metaverse has to do with Microsoft's deal for Activision. Microsoft described the $75 billion acquisition of video game giant as a pathway to the metaverse, a future vision of the Internet that is the subject of growing hype.
Digital Finance. January 20, 5:31 America, New York. Crisis Mode, Brad Jones, Wave Money, Vox EP21. Brad Jones, CEO of Wave Money, talks about surviving a coup, power outages, and shareholder turmoil. The post-crisis mode, Brad Jones, Wave Money, Vox EP21 appeared first on Digital Finance.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. January 20, 5:30 America, New York. China-based auditors pose risks for U.S. companies, study shows. The probability that accounting problems will occur increases as Chinese firms perform a larger share of an audit, say 3 professors. Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. January 20. 5:30 America New York, economists expect jobless claims to remain at low levels. The Omicron surge is disrupting businesses, but the latest weekly report on initial claims for unemployment benefits isn't expected to end a stretch of very low numbers.
Wall Street Journal Markets. January 20. 5:30 America New York, China-based auditors pose risks for U.S. companies, study shows. The probability that accounting problems will occur increases as Chinese firms perform a larger share of an audit, say 3 professors.
Wall Street Journal U.S. Business. January 20. 5:27 America New York, as inflation bites, power lies higher up the food chain. Specialist ingredient companies like KeyCorp might have an easier time protecting their profit margins from higher costs than food brands or supermarkets.
Wall Street Journal Markets. January 20. 5:27 America New York, as inflation bites, power lies higher up the food chain. Specialist ingredient companies like KeyCorp might have an easier time protecting their profit margins from higher costs than food brands or supermarkets. BBC News Business. January 20. 5:17 America New York, Superdry to lift prices despite influencer boost. The retailer says customers can expect price rises and no sales in its shops because of rising costs. BBC News Business. January 20. 5:14 America New York, Primark to cut 400 store management jobs. The retailer saw sales fall as the spread of Omicron cut the number of visitors to its shops.
New York Times Business. January 20. 5 o'clock America New York, the Morgan Wallen conundrum. The country superstar had the biggest album of 2021 despite being captured on video using a racial slur. Is he on a redemption tour, or just on tour? The country star Morgan Wallen, who retreated from the spotlight in 2021 after his rebuke by the music business for using a racial slur, has been inching back toward it in recent months. New York Times Business. January 20. 5 o'clock America New York, why home prices keep rising. There appears to be no quick reprieve coming for rising prices. It's not a bubble, it really is about the fundamentals. Home building, as in Mabin, NC, above, has been rising in the U.S., but not enough to meet demand.